Perth, WA is the capital and largest city of the state of Western Australia. It has a very respectable rail network for a city of its size, spanning the whole city and even some sub-cities. Unlike a lot of Australian rail networks, Perth has a lot of plans for expansion of its network under the hugely successful Metronet program. This aims to expand and modernise Perth's railways. So far, Metronet has built one new line, extended two more, and overhauled yet another. This is only scratching the surface of where Metronet will go. Hi, I'm Tasmanian, and this is Perth's plan to build the dream rail system. All suburban rail services in Perth are operated by government-owned TransPerth. Regional trains and coaches are operated by TransWA. Perth's network consists of two main groups: the old lines with short station gaps and serving mainly inner city areas, and the modern lines branching far out of the city, the outer suburbs and neighbouring cities. Perth's network is served by three types of trains, creatively named the A, B and C series. The A series is the oldest, being built in the 1990s. They were the first electric trains in Western Australia, and for a long time were the only trains used in Perth. The B series was built between 2004 and 2019 to optimise the long station gaps on the Joondalup and Mandurah lines being built at the time. The C series was introduced only this year, 2024. They go out of date pretty fast. They were the first trains delivered as part of the Metronet program and run exclusively on the new lines. Eventually, the C series will replace the A series if all goes to plan. Metronet itself will build several new rail lines all across Perth. Stage 1 will build new lines to Ellenbrook and the airport. The Joondalup line is extended to Yanchep and several other places, and the Thorney line is set to be extended to Coburn Central. The Midland line may also be extended to Bellevue. The Armadale line is in the process of extension to Byford too, as well as a complete overhaul. In 2007, Perth's rail network looked something like this. In 2018, when Metronet started, it looked like this. In 2024, it looked like this. Metronet isn't actually developing a metro system for Perth, it's just a name. Just like Brisbane Metro. So, how much of Metronet has been completed so far? For starters, the airport line opened in 2020, linking High Wycombe and the airport to the rest of the rail network. The Armadale and Thorney lines are currently partially closed for the extensions and rebuilding of the lines. Both lines are expected to reopen in 2025. The Yanchep extension opened earlier this year, 2024, and included new track and stations from Butler to Yanchep, and renaming of the Joondalup line to the Yanchep line. Earlier this month, the Ellenbrook line opened, and another branch line to serve the northeastern suburbs of Marley, Ellenbrook and Miranda. The Bellevue extension appears to have been quietly shelved or pushed back significantly. Where can the network go from here? There are a lot of ways Perth can build its network beyond the current system, but some popular ideas or proposals include Midland or Guildford to Fremantle via the Southern Freight Corridor, Yanchep to Two Rocks extension, Armadale Southerly extension, Canning Highway line, and other rail lines through various corridors in the city and surrounds. Personally, I think Midland or Guildford to Fremantle makes the most sense. There's already an operational rail corridor there with no passenger service, and if it was built, the line would link to numerous other routes along the way. Other parts of Metronet. There are various other projects Metronet is currently undergoing, which, although not as large, are still incredibly important, most notably the Victoria Park to Canning level cross removal project, but also New Midland Station, Karrinyup Station, and Perth Light Rail. Personally, I believe an inner-city light rail network in Perth would be greatly beneficial and to be made an immediate priority for construction. I believe that a route from the University of Western Australia to Perth Stadium Station through the CBD would be a good starting point, bearing in mind that I'm not from Perth and do not understand the demographics, etc. of the area. There are, of course, other projects related to transport in Perth not involved in Metronet, most notably the City of Stirling trackless tram, which is a project trying to create a trackless tram from Scarborough Beach to Stirling and Glendale railway stations. Trackless trams are basically fancy buses similar to Brisbane Metro. Personally, I'm not a fan of this project, but it's better than nothing, so I can't complain. So, now I will explore every Metronet project in depth. I will explore each major Metronet rail project in depth, including stations, track, and infrastructure. The Airport Line. The Perth Airport Line, known during construction as the Forestfield Airport Link, is a new, mainly underground railway line from Bayswater to High Wycombe, with stations at Redcliffe and Airport Central. The line serves as a link to Perth's major international airport, a large hub that flies to Asia and even Europe. The line also serves the small residential suburbs of Redcliffe and High Wycombe. The line links the Midland and Ellenbrook lines at Bayswater and runs through Perth Station to terminate with Claremont on the Fremantle line. The Yanchep extension. This is yet another extension to the Joondalup line, originally opened in the early 2000s with only 3 new stations, now stretching all the way out from Elizabeth Quay to Yanchep via highway median alignment. This latest extension saw the line dragged out from Butler to Yanchep, with intermediate stations at Elkamos and Eglinton. This line, as with a lot of new lines in Perth, facilitates urban sprawl over density, meaning long station gaps and low development around stations. In this case, every new station was built as a greenfield development, not dissimilar to the Sydney Metro Western Sydney Airport. The Ellenbrook Line. This is the largest project so far completed, with a major new line linking the major northeastern suburb of Ellenbrook with the Perth CBD and the rest of the rail network. Opened only earlier this month, December, the line also branches at Bayswater into a freeway median with stations at Morley and Narunda before leaving the alignment to branches to Ballajura. From there, the line curves to the side of a future station, Bennett Springs East, turning northward again and arrives at Whiteman Park, where an interchange with a heritage tramway can be made, and on to the terminus in Ellenbrook. The Thornley-Coburn Link. This is Perth's first true east-west railway line, linking the Armadale, soon to be Byford line, and the Mandurah line. There's an extension of the current short branch to Thornley, which will be duplicated and extended besides the current goods corridor to new stations at Nicholson Road and Ranford Road, before entering a tunnel and connecting with the Mandurah line at Coburn Central Station. The Byford extension. This project, an extension to the Armadale line, will see electric trains pushed further south to the major urban growth hub of Byford. There will only be one station at the time of completion, with potential for more in the future. This project will see the existing Byford railway station, a stop on the Australian long distance service to Bunbury, move further north and rebuilt to be much larger, while the Prospector will still stop at the station. Electrification will be carried out too, and both Armadale and Byford stations are being fully rebuilt to cater for this. As a bonus for the end of this video and for New Year's, this is some clips of me playing NIMBY Rails in Perth to building some lines I believe could work as part of a future Metronet stage 2 or 3 or something. So enjoy. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time on Tasmanian.